Patty from good.com. Today I'm making my amazing red velvet cake. I love red velvet cake and I know you're going to love this recipe. So I'm going to take my sugar and I'm going to add my buttermilk to it. And my eggs. That was my distilled vinegar and oil. And I know it looks like it's a lot of oil, and it really is a lot of oil. But this cake is fabulous, and I know you're just gonna love it. Taking a whisk, I'm just gonna whisk it up a little bit until it's all blended really well. I've already pre-measured out my flour and my baking soda, my salt, my cocoa powder, and I put in a little espresso because red velvet's really just a chocolate cake. And there's not even that much cocoa powder in it, but it's a chocolate cake that came from the South, I believe. So a little espresso powder I thought would be really fabulous in this recipe. As you can see, I mixed it all really well, and now I'm going to put it in my mixer and then put my dry ingredients on top. So I have my wet ingredients and my dry ingredients in my mixing bowl, and I'm just going to mix it until it's well mixed, and then I'm going to add the fun food coloring. I'm now going to add my vanilla and the red food coloring. And the worst thing about making this cake is the food coloring, because you don't want to get it all over you, and it's going to make everything red. It's also what is fabulous about this cake as well. I love how it looks. So you pour the whole bottle. I did a whole ounce because I want a nice red color. And now I'm just going to turn it on to mix it again. Oh my gosh, it's so red. You can visit my blog at good.com for the recipe and the exact measurements. I'm going to now add the chocolate chips. And once again, I'm going to mix it just lightly. I'm going to make this into cupcakes, so I'm going to go ahead and get my pan prepared. So I was introduced to red velvet cake about 5 years ago for my birthday, and as soon as I had tried it, I thought it was one of the best cakes I had ever had, and ever since I've always had it for my birthday. The recipe that I had the chocolate chips in it. It's not traditional to have the mini chocolate chips. I also am using larger cupcake liners than normal. I believe I got them at Michael's. And I'm using a scooper to scoop it all out. But it's just a beautiful red. I'm going to put the camera down on it so you can see just how pretty it is. So I'm back now, and I have my red velvet cupcakes already baked. And I have to be honest with you, I did freeze them because I wasn't quite ready to frost them, but I'm ready today, and I pulled 3 out just so I can show you an example of how beautiful these cupcakes are. And I made my favorite cream cheese frosting. If you don't have a recipe for one, I'd be happy to post it. And I'm going to put a lot of it on because isn't it supposed to have a lot of frosting? And look how pretty that is. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to sprinkle some, I bought some red sugar. That would look really pretty, finish it off. So I'm going to go ahead and do my other 2. I'm going to go ahead and zoom up so you can see. And you could do one of 2 things. You could start in the middle and you can go around. I think this is called a rose. It's supposed to look like a rose when it's all said and done. My frosting's been sitting out. So there's one. And then you can do it this way, just around the edges. Your little tip, place it on your plate. And there they are, the 3 of them. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a few red sugar. And there you go, my red velvet cupcakes with a cream cheese frosting. hope you enjoyed this segment of how to make red velvet cupcakes with cream cheese frosting. They're my favorite cupcake, and I know you're gonna love them. If you'd like the recipe, please visit my blog at good.com. Thank you, and bon appetit.